Right, we're on 2023. Today we're talking about what's in my golf bag. So what's in my golf bag? I have a sponsor, not a club sponsor, so I can use any clubs I like, but I have a sponsor for clothing, glove, bag and ball. So Wilson sponsored me for clothing, for the golf bag, for my golf glove and for the golf ball I use, which is very kind of them. It covers lots of bases, but that then leaves me an opportunity to play whichever golf clubs I choose. And let's be honest, there's that many on the market. It's nice to have an option to play maybe a Callaway wedge and TaylorMade iron and a Wilson hybrid. Why should you stick to one set of clubs? Imagine if you were on tour, take John Ram for example. Imagine he had a bag with a Callaway logo, a TaylorMade logo, a Nike logo, and then he could mix his stuff up and share money across the whole field, and good for advertising for everyone. I like that. Let's start off with driver. So driver, Heart of Midlothian head cover, football team. I have a TaylorMade Stealth in 10.5 degrees, knocked down to 10 degrees, in a hazardous smoke 6.0 shaft, so stiff shaft. I have on there, I have a Jumbo Max grip, and the club is 1 inch shorter than standard. I hit the middle of the golf club more because it's 1 inch shorter than standard. That's basically through trial and error. So TaylorMade Stealth, not the Stealth 2. Don't see the point in upgrading. Honestly, don't see the point in it. Hybrid, I then go from there to a 2 hybrid, which is 17 degrees of loft, which is the Ping G400. I've had this in the bag since 2017. I'm not great with driver. My pals will tell you I'm not great with driver. So having something to go to, this carries through the air about 230 to 240. My driver carries 260 to 270. So I go from driver to 2 hybrid, which is the Ping Tour shaft in stiff. So that's a 2 hybrid 17 degrees. Then from there, I go down to 4 iron. So my 4 iron is the TaylorMade P790, which is the 2019 range, so not the most up-to-date range. I have a full set of these. It's not what's in my bag just now, but I have a full set of these from 4 iron right down to wedge. I only have the 4 iron in the bag just now. So this one here has got a dynamic gold 120 steel shaft on it, and that is what's on the rest of the P790 set. The reason I've only got that with me is because the rest of my set is a set of the P770s, which again is the older model. 790 is easier to hit, so therefore that's why the 4 irons in there. The 4 iron on the P770, a little bit harder to hit, so why make it that hard? So the rest of my irons from 5 all the way to pitch and wedge is the P770. Now these have a Modus, NS Pro Modus shaft in it in Tour 120 again, stiff flex. Mid-size grips with an extra 2 layers of tape underneath. So I like the thickness of the grip. Great irons, absolutely great irons. I've had lots of irons in the past, but these are pretty good and it's hard to beat them. Forged. So my 4 iron, 5 iron and 6 iron, we know the 4 irons from a separate set, are all one length. So I've changed the lie angle and changed the length so they're all one length. I found that the drop off with the distance between the 4 iron and the 6 iron, or the 4 iron from shorter length, because it's my 6 iron length. It's not a 6 iron length, it's actually a 7 iron length, but mine are half an inch longer, so it plays like a 6 iron from a standard set. But I noticed that when I took the length off the 4 iron, I lost no distance. I mean, there'll be loads of people comment on this saying, yes, you must have lost distance. That doesn't work out mathematically. But the way it works on TrackMan, for me, I lost no distance. So 4 iron and 5 iron are easier to hit when they're slightly shorter than standard. That's a win. So my long irons are all the same length. Then I go to 6, 7, 8, 9 wedge. They're a standard, 7, 8, 9 and wedge. They are a standard half-inch increment between them all, so that's pretty cool. Then from there I've got 3 wedges in the bag. Let's start off with this. So as I say, having no club contract, I can chop and change. I've got a TaylorMade driver, got a Ping hybrid, I've got TaylorMade irons, my 48 wedge, which again is not uniform in loft between my pitch and wedge and the rest of my clubs, but it works for me. I have a Cleveland RTX Zip Core. Is this custom fit? Nope. Is this completely off the rack? Yep. Is it longer than standard like the rest of my irons? Nope. Is the lie angle changed? Nope. It's standard, as are my other wedges. So they lie slightly flatter than the rest of my golf clubs. Standard grip as well, so all my wedges have got a standard grip as opposed to the mid-size grip or the larger grip on the driver. More feel with the short clubs. So that's my Cleveland RTX Zip Coat in 48 degrees. 10 degrees of bounce, which is a mid bounce or a mid grind. Then I go into my 54 and 58, my Smithworks wedges. Now these are getting a bit tattered. These are the older model, but these have been in the bag for a long time. We all know the story behind these. There's a legal version and an illegal version. I currently don't compete in golf, so these are illegal, which makes the game so much fun. The check and the spin you get on them is brilliant. I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered. I'm sure if I was to put the legal version in, I know how much they spin as well. There's not a huge difference. There's amazing spin on the legal version. So if I was to swap them to playing competition, I wouldn't see much difference. I mean, a little bit extra run out, that's all. But these have been fantastic. They are, as I say, they're the older model. They brought out a new model, I think, start of last season. I just like the older model. I just like the colour. I just like the way it sits, slightly different. Very, very happy with them. Standard length, standard grip size. The grip size with the shorter clubs, I just feel as though I've got a little bit more feel around the green rather than the grip being too thick. Purely personal preference. So then we go to putter. I've got a million putters. This is my 937,000th putter. I've got blades, I've got Scotty Camerons, I've got arm locks, I've got lab putters, I've got everything. It's unhealthy, the amount of putters I have. Currently just now though, there it is. It's that simple. There's not a lot to that, is there? Happy days. Odyssey, White Ice 2. Reason behind it, the insert. I like the insert. I like how soft that feels off there. I've got my Ping Zing, which I use quite a lot, where I use a really soft ball with the hard insert, or the hard face, the beryllium copper face. I like that combination. This here is a soft face. I'll show you which ball I use just now. It's not a super soft ball, so the contrast between the two, or the balance between the two, is fantastic. 34 inches, standard grip on it, nothing fancy. Just looks so square and so lovely when you look down on that. That's class. So golf ball, let's see what's in here. I'll take that, give you that, a bit of that, a bit of that. What else is vitally important in here? That is mega important. Good, so glove, Wilson Conform, unbelievably good glove. Quite cheap as well. Fantastic. Size, medium. I also play the Triad golf ball, the Wilson Triad golf ball. That's the ball I was talking about before. That, to me, that competes with the Pro V1. Absolutely, 100%. Yellow, when I play yellow ball, I play the yellow Pro V1 because Triad don't do a yellow ball, or they didn't until this season. So in March onwards, Triad, I'll have the Triad ball in yellow, so I'll be using that, either yellow or white. Yellow, I'm getting on a bit. Eyesight's not so good, so the yellow ball pops up just a little bit better for me. It's easier to follow the golf ball. Two other things I always carry in my golf bag. First, you've all seen it, you all know it, the dead aim ball marker. I'll leave a link in the description below on how you can get discount on your dead aim ball marker. Unbelievable for lining the golf ball up. I could not line the golf ball up visually correctly until I got a dead aim ball marker. There's videos on my channel about that. Just look up dead aim ball marker. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get a discount on your ball marker. Comes with a pitchfork. And finally, in my golf bag, I always carry with me a gem. I'll also leave a link in the description below for the gem training aid so you can get your discount. There's a link to click, generates a discount. Unbelievable piece of kit, the best training aid in the world, period. That's all I'm saying on that. Again, for more information on the gem, if you check my YouTube channel, just click in Steve Johnston gem or Steve Johnston training aid. There's also links in the description below for that. But that's my set of clubs. Oh, I also carry Bushnell. Very important. Anything else in here? 3 canes, why 3 canes? EurekaGolfSwing.com, linked below. If you want to prevent yourself from slicing, have a Eureka Golf Swing. Straighten up your slice, increase compression, flat left wrist, solid strike, lots of things going on there. I've nothing else really to show you. Tees, balls, some sunscreen, a couple of Sharpie pens, waterproofs, boring. That's me. That's what I carry in my bag in 2023. There is one new addition though, which I'm hoping to put into play. You'll see my video a couple of weeks ago I did on the Wilson Dynapower driver. I'm going to get a Wilson Dynapower driver. I'm not sponsored by them for hardware, but the carry distance on the titanium one, not the carbon head, the titanium head for the higher handicapper was outstanding. I'm going to get myself fitted for one of them. I will film that, let you see the process. That is going to be new in the bag. The rest of the kit, that's staying there for 2023, as far as I know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.